Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and today we'll be going over the Golden Globes. The Golden Globes will be airing this Sunday, January 10th. So before the big awards show, we're going to go ahead and discuss who will win and who should win each of the major film categories that I feel I've seen enough movies in to actually judge. So that means foreign film, I'm sorry, I haven't seen enough. I won't be talking about you. But pretty much all the other film categories are a go. I really love how mainstream friendly Best Original Song was this year, with See You Again, Love Me Like You Do, both making it in, as well as Writings on the Wall by Sam Smith. And I actually think that See You Again should win this award. Out of the songs I know on the list, it formed itself perfectly into the movie, it makes complete sense, and it has a much deeper meaning. And for that reason, I also think it will win. It's going to tug at the heartstrings of those voters just enough to get at the victory. For Best Original Score, I think really there's only one option here, and that is The Hateful Eight. That score was amazing. It immediately grips you. There's an overture if you saw it in 70mm. It's fantastic. The music is so wonderful. I'll be stunned if The Hateful Eight doesn't win for Best Original Score, because it should win, and it will win. The 5 nominees up for Best Original Screenplay are all fantastic. I think when looking at my personal picks, I would push Room out. Unfortunately, it would be 5th on my list. The other 4, the scripts are just so pivotal to the films themselves. But really, it comes down to The Big Short and The Hateful Eight for me, and I think I would give it to The Hateful Eight. The witty dialogue and fast-paced script just make The Hateful Eight such an amazing experience. Plus, I think The Big Short is a bit divisive in how it used its script, so I would say should win The Hateful Eight. However, I think Spotlight will win. The script was also very well crafted there, and I think it adds enough momentum that Spotlight's going to take it home. Again, the Best Director category looks very solid to me, but I think there's only one real choice on who should win, and that is George Miller for Mad Max Fury Road. That movie's direction was fantastic, innovative, daring. It pushed the envelope. That movie was made by the directing. No other film in this category can claim that. I think, hands down, the best direction I've seen in a movie in quite some time, not just 2015. And for that reason, Mad Max has gotten a lot of push. I think it will win as well. For the Best Supporting Actor, I actually haven't seen 2 movies in this category, so it's a little bit hard for me to judge on who I think should win. While I think Sylvester Stallone was the best I've seen him in almost ever, I don't necessarily agree with everyone when they think it was such an Academy-level performance. Maybe a Golden Globe, I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Mark Rylance from Bridge of Spies as my should win. I think he was fantastic. That movie has overall pretty much gone overlooked, but I think it was a very solid movie, and he was one of the shining spots in the film. As for who will win, I think it's going to be Paul Dano from Love and Mercy. He's had a lot of momentum so far this season, and I think he's going to get the win at the Globes. For Best Supporting Actress, I'm actually a little bit stunned Helen Mirren got in. If you watched my Trumbo review, you saw I thought she was hamming it up quite a bit. And Kate Winslet went in and out of her accent a little bit. Overall, she was very solid. Just the accent, I think, is going to really keep her from winning. So I think it comes down to Jane Fonda, Alicia Vikander, and then Jennifer Jason Leigh. And for me, it's really between 2 candidates. It's either Jennifer Jason Leigh or Alicia Vikander. Personally, I would go Alicia Vikander. This was a huge breakout role for her. She was fantastic and really believable as, both a robot and a human. So that was, it was just such a compelling, complex, deep role. That's why I also think she will win. Hollywood has had a love affair with Alicia Vikander this year, and I think this role is where she's going to snatch a victory. I was ecstatic with this list of animated features that got nominated for Best Animated Feature. I am so happy that the Peanuts movie is getting its due, The Good Dinosaur didn't get overlooked, and Shaun the Sheep, a small little animated film the audience is pretty much overlooked, but the award circuit apparently has not. So that was exciting. Unfortunately, none of those three have a shot at winning. This is between Anomalisa and Inside Out. I have yet to see Anomalisa. It hasn't come out anywhere in Denver yet, so waiting on that one. It looks really great, but if you watched my top movies of 2015, you'll know my love affair with Inside Out is strong. That's why I think not only should it win, but it will win. It has so much push behind it. It was such a heartfelt, deep, emotional film that transcended just children's animation. And it also wasn't directed straight at adults like Anomalisa, so I think it still captivates what animation's purpose is in voters' eyes, but also appealed to them as adult voters. So for Best Actor in a Comedy, in a leading role, we have a lot of great nominees. Mark Ruffalo for Infinitely Polar Bear was a pretty off-the-wall choice to get nominated, but hey, he's there. Don't know why he didn't get nominated for Spotlight and got nominated for this, but... Also, Al Pacino was really good in Danny Collins. I was just a little stunned to see him. So really, I think it's going to come down to Matt Damon, Steve Carell, and Christian Bale. And I think the person that should win will win, and that's going to be Matt Damon. I think that the two Big Short actors are going to cancel each other out a little bit, and I think the other two just weren't as widely seen or widely acclaimed, and Matt Damon really was fantastic in The Martian. And if you do want to try to pass this off as some sort of comedy in any way, he was the most comedic part of the film, so I guess he qualifies for this award a little bit. What a great crop of nominees we got for Best Actress in a Leading Role in a Comedy. So my should win is going to go to my favorite comedy of the year, and that is Spy for Melissa McCarthy. I think she often gets overlooked because people find her too similar, yada yada, yada yada. She was great in this film. You know that she writes so many of her own lines. She's so on top of it. And she helped create one of the best ensemble comedies of the entire year, but still managed to stand out. Unfortunately, I don't think she is going to get the win. I think really the win comes down to a two-horse race between Lily Tomlin and Amy Schumer, and I think it's going to be Amy Schumer who will win the award. I actually didn't think her actual acting was all that great in Trainwreck, but the movie was very funny. She had writing credit right there. She was the main writer, and she was funny. So for Best Picture, Comedy, or Musical, I was pretty stunned by the category and how it was divided. Again, Spy was my favorite comedy of the year, but it wasn't my favorite one of the films listed. So I don't think it's going to get up there, and I also wouldn't choose it. As well as Trainwreck, as well as Joy. So I think it really comes down to The Big Short or The Martian. And my choice for who should win is The Big Short. Out of the two films, this one is the one that most aligns with actual comedy. It's meant to be funny mostly throughout the entire film. Yes, there are dramatic portions as we go along, but it keeps you entertained. It has fast-paced wit all the way throughout. But I think The Martian will win. And the only reason I'm not picking The Martian to win this category is I can't endorse it as a comedy. It was very clearly a drama that had sprinkles of comedy throughout. But passing this off as a comedy is kind of a joke in of itself. But overall, I think it was the better film, and I think that's how the Hollywood Foreign Press is going to vote, so The Martian will win. So for Best Actor in a Drama, what a heavyweight category. I know that a lot of people kind of turned on The Danish Girl, but Eddie Redmayne was really fantastic in that movie. As well as Michael Fassbender and Steve Jobs. Again, that movie was largely overlooked by critics and by most of the award circuit, but he was so good. But everybody's been saying it. This is Leo's year. So I think who should win and who will win will be Leonardo DiCaprio for The Revenant. What a performance. Now we have Best Actress in a Drama. Again, what a powerhouse crop of nominees. We really had some strong female roles written, and the actresses really stepped up to the plate. I thought Cate Blanchett as Carol was fantastic. Rooney Mara was also very strong in that role. Saoirse Ronan was wonderful in Brooklyn, a very understated role that I think is going to keep her from being a true contender. Alicia Vikander in The Danish Girl, wonderful. But I think the actress who should win will win, and that will be Brie Larson for Room. What a haunting performance, a haunting movie. I think she fully deserves it. And then finally, the big award, Best Motion Picture Drama. We have Carol, we have Spotlight, Mad Max Fury Road, The Revenant, and Room. So, unfortunately, I don't think Room is as strong as the other films just as a total package and won't make it that far. As much as I personally loved Carol, I also think that a lot of critics didn't have that affinity for it. It will fall off and won't make it to the final rounds of voting. The Revenant's beautiful cinematography and direction, along with Leonardo DiCaprio's wonderful performance, will keep that in the discussions. But again, I don't think it's one of the top 2 contenders. I think this award boils down to Mad Max Fury Road versus Spotlight. So who do I personally think should win? Mad Max Fury Road. Again, just a cinematic masterpiece. It was a beautiful piece of art that was meticulously directed and pushed the envelope for Hollywood. It was just so amazing. By far, the best example of a commercial and critical success that really is pushing Hollywood forward. But unfortunately, I don't think forward is the way voters tend to go with these things, and I think Spotlight will win. Again, it was a riveting film, had a wonderful script, an amazing ensemble cast, and it was about a really important issue. So I don't fault Spotlight for winning, and I actually really enjoy it. I kind of regret not finding a place for it on my top 10. But all that said, I don't think Spotlight cares too much, because I think it's going to be awarded on awards night with Best Picture Drama. So, those are my predictions on who is going to win at the Golden Globes. There are my opinions on who I think should be winning this Sunday at the Golden Globes. What do you think? Write your predictions down below. Do you agree, disagree with anything I said in the video? I look forward to discussing it all with you. As always, I love you all so much for your support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on awards night. Bye!